Hello, everybody. Let me get my other glasses. Anyways, I'll keep reflecting. Hello, everyone. Please let me know if you can hear me okay, if you can see me okay. How's everybody doing today? The flat earth theory. I will do a post on that if that's what you guys want. Absolutely. All right. Thanks, Tessa. Thanks for confirming. Yes, I can do a post on the flat earth theory. I'll put it in there. I'm working on a post right now. I have to do it in little bits, small bits of channeling. But I should have it out and finished by tomorrow. It's just been challenging when it comes to like channeling one-on-one with spirit. And I've been so tired. Oh my God. Today I slept until 11 o'clock in the morning. See, I never do that. I usually sleep till about 8, and I always wake up around 8 and I get up and do my thing. I slept till 11 and I felt like I got up because I looked at my clock and I was like, 11? What? But I really felt like I could keep on sleeping. You know, that's how I've been feeling for like 2 weeks in a row now. Like I can sleep all day and all night long. So whatever's happening, you know, I did get a little bit of information from Eric while I was showering like 30 minutes ago. I always shower before I do these lives because it makes me feel refreshed and it makes me feel re-energized, and it just kind of purifies my energy field. And the only thing that I got, because I did ask, because I was communicating to Eric in regards to the new post, which I hopefully will have out by either tonight or tomorrow. And I was getting information because it's like I tried to communicate and then it like blocks on me, and I hate it because it used to go so smoothly, you know, and that's where I'm at right now, is in this kind of blocked system. And I can do channelings in small amounts, but it easily gets like fried. It's almost like my brain gets fried. It's really weird. I don't know how to explain it, but it's like my brain blocks up and I can't even think. Like I can't even do normal stuff like figuring out what we're going to do for lunch or finding solutions, just daily things, you know, in life. Like everything blocks up, and it's such a weird feeling what I have right now. And so while I was in the shower, I was like, what the hell is going on? And Eric said, you're in the final stages of permanently residing in a higher frequency, but the final stages kind of need, it's almost like they need to shut down your brain. It's kind of weird, but it came to the part where it kind of like was, we need to shut you down in order to reboot the brain activity, or in order to I guess download certain things and then restart it. It's almost like restarting an engine. I don't know. It was all kind of weird, but that's kind of what came through. It's almost like a download and a reboot of the system of the body, and therefore my brain is kind of like not really functioning right now, and it's so annoying because I've had to cancel every session this month, and I moved everybody to September hoping that by then it'll be better. But that's where I'm at. It's like my brain, even Gerald's like asking me questions, what should we do about this and what should we do about that, and I'm like, I don't know. I don't know anything anymore. I can't problem solve much anymore. It's just like I'm just going with the flow, and I'm having Gerald kind of help me with the decision making process on stuff. But anyway, it's just a weird feeling to not have my brain be able to process things. So, you know, so I'm just going off and just kind of operating on a completely kind of emotional level, and just kind of operating from that space. Well, because my brain's not working right now. Anyway, let's get to you guys. So yeah, even the channeling is a little bit on a, in a difficult part, but we're doing it. We're doing it. We're not giving up. We'll keep going, and we'll use our intuition as we always do. Hi guys. Hi Cecilia. Hi Ina. All right. Whew. Perdita says, thanks for your last very accurate and encouraging words. I had two recent dreams about a baby that wasn't being fed. Any sense about what that baby represents in my life? Yeah, the baby is you. You're not taking enough care of yourself. You're always taking care of everybody else. You're always taking care of your surroundings, making sure, kind of prioritizing everyone around you, but you're not prioritizing yourself. You are the baby and you're starving. You're starving yourself. You're not feeding yourself with the right energy, the right encouragement, the right faith, the right stimulation. So it's time for some self-care. It's time for some self love. It's time for self kind of prioritizing yourself. You need to become number one for a little bit until you find the peace and the balance that you feel good in. And when you receive or achieve that kind of frequency, then you'll be able to direct your focus and your energy towards others. But until then, you really have to focus on yourself for a little bit. Be a little selfish. Although that's very like rare for you, like that just doesn't sit right with you. You're not a selfish person at all, but it's about understanding that if you can take better care of yourself, then the information and the guidance and the help that you can offer others will be so much more valuable than it is today. Okay, so take care, put your oxygen mask on first, and only then start to help and guide others. All right, Ina F. Falkenberg, if I remember correctly. Let's get you a card, Ina, Bobina, Kanina. You've been having a lot of angelic activity around you, and it's because, you're getting, or it's not you're getting, you've always had the assistance, but you're starting to notice it. You're starting to become aware of it on a much more profound, much more deeper level. And so for some reason, I kind of feel like it's almost like different entities are being called in on a temporary. It's temporary, but it's almost like you're being provided a ton of assistance because the next part, there it is, the next part of your chapter is all about being of service, and so you're getting the help that you need in order to be able to do that. Cool. This is a card I haven't seen yet. Ina Bobina. There we go. Isn't that cute? Walrus. It says gentle moderation. Take your time. Pressure from others or yourself can be released by renegotiating what you are trying to accomplish. I think the message here is, don't put so much pressure upon yourself, because you're a person that whenever something happens, you get validation, you receive something, you receive divine communication, you receive angelic communication, and you're noticing it, you're picking it up, you instantly want to start analyzing and categorizing it and giving it a place. You instantly need, and that's the human need, not the spiritual need, but your human self instantly needs to know all the answers. And it goes a little crazy if it doesn't get all the answers. But basically what they're saying is just allow things to happen, acknowledge what you can comprehend at this time, and just have faith, surrender that the answers and the clarity and the answers to all of your questions will find themselves, will be shown to you at the right time. So don't try to put pressure on. It's almost like you always feel like you're running out of time, but they're saying you're not. Don't try to put pressure on, always needing. Don't put pressure on the universe or on yourself because you always feel like you need the answers right away. Otherwise, what's the point? There is a point to everything, and allowing simply yourself to experience something without needing to know the ins and outs of every little detail will create a space and energetic frequency that will allow you to then tap into those answers without going into a need frequency. And because the need frequency always comes from a fear of not knowing. Okay, we need to try and avoid the need to know and simply just know that we will know when it's the right time to know. Okay, that sounds kind of funny, but that's what I'm getting, Ina. I hope that helps. All right. Maureen. Maureen C. Yes, let's get some guidance for you. This one. Whoop-ah. Maureen, what you checked out? I choose love no matter what. I choose love no matter what, Maureen. What am I getting for you? Ooh. For some reason, the word patience keeps popping up into my head. It's almost like you always feel like you're running out of time and you don't have love for you don't have time for yourself. But it's again, it kind of feels like the same thing. You need to choose you for a little bit, okay? You need to choose to love yourself more than anybody else so you can finally align with who you're meant to be and then be able to roll into that role more easily and more uh, comfortably than you're doing it now. You're meant to do bigger things. You're meant to do or meant to be someone more than what you are at this time, but you need to choose self-love. You need to choose the love for your own creation, the character that you are playing above all else in order for you to get there. Okay, so take a break, take some time off. Stop trying to invest too much in too many problem solving or too many creations, and simply just um, find a happy place, find love and balance within yourself, and allow yourself to just be who you are meant to be. Just be present with yourself and finding the joy and the happiness in that. And then from that, the universe will flow much more easily and the manifestations will come to you with ease without having to constantly work at it and force things to happen. You want to get to a place in your reality where you can simply manifest by sending it out into the universe and then releasing it, to no longer have to do all the hard work of focusing and clearing and healing. You're tired of all of that stuff. You just want to send it out and be ready to receive, but it starts with self-love. It starts with understanding and aligning with who you are as your most authentic self, and then finding acceptance and surrendering to the universal flow, the universal rhythm that aligns with your frequency. That's really what it comes down to. So show yourself more love, more appreciation, more time, more respect, and allow the universe to um, guide you in a direction where everything is with more ease. All right. Hope that helps. All right. 9 links. I don't know what your name is, but 9 links. Let's get you a card. 9 links says, pick me, pick me. I'm picking you. 9 links. Oopa. There it went. Protect your dreams. I feel like we need a woo. I feel like we need another one, and another one jumped out. Believe in magic. Believe in magic and protect your dreams. I wish my camera would zoom in. Zoom in, zoom in. Anyway, there you go. All right, protect your dreams. You are the guardian of your precious dreams, and they are safe in your care. Keep them close to your heart until you're ready to release them. And believe in magic. Open your eyes and see the magic that's all around in nature. The fairy of the northern lights says you are a part of nature, so you are magical too. Okay, why do I keep looking at the way that they're dressed. I don't know if you can kind of see, with the hood and the crown, and it kind of reminds me of like those co-players, that dress up like fairies and elves and all of that stuff. I just feel like you have this magical source, like this fantasy source inside of you. And you really want to do something. It just feels like you have a dream, or you really want to do something or create something, or manifest a profession in some way or form where that magic is very present. Um, but it's almost like, because it's so out there, because it's so different, like you don't know how to blend, regular life with this kind of magical source that you have, and turn it into something that'll pay your bills. That's kind of what it feels like. So it almost feels like you have these dreams, you have these ambitions. I feel like you're a very passionate person, a lot of magic, a lot of fantasy. But that world where you feel really comfortable, where you feel like you can be yourself, doesn't seem to align with the world outside of yourself, doesn't seem to align with the world that everybody else is living in. So it's almost like you need to know that magic is always there, and it's always around us. That divine source, that creative source, um, is always a part of your reality as well. It's simply because we've allowed ourselves to be convinced by other voices, by other people's opinions and ideas, that magic and spirituality and fiction, although it just seems nowadays that the fiction is more reality than the reality is, and the reality world is fiction. Um, think about it, right? So it just feels to me like what they want you to say is that the magic is always there, the divine essence is always there, the spirituality is always there. Of course, my computer is now doing a bug search for some reason. Um, the fairyland creative kind of energy is always part of the real world. It is simply just allowing it to be a part of your world. And it's in that way that your dreams will take shape and become reality. That's the whole thing. Sometimes we believe we have dreams, but they'll just stay dreams. They'll never come to pass because it simply doesn't mix with what we consider to be the real world. But that's an idea, and it's a false idea. When we start to align and take and make our dream world the real world, then it can come into fruition. It will manifest itself so it can correlate with what we call the reality out there. I don't know if I'm making any sense. So it's about believing in your dream world and making it part of your real world in order to create magic and create and manifest something that not only will help you survive in that real world, but will also help you with feeling awesome about what you do. So allow the creativity, whatever it may be, allow your creative soul to become a part of your daily life. And in doing so, allow the manifestation to occur. Does that kind of, I don't know if I'm making any sense, but that's kind of what I'm getting. It's like nothing is impossible. That's what it comes down to. Anything is possible, and everything that is considered magic and fiction is more real than the real world today is. Does that make sense? Oh, God. I don't know, but that's what I'm getting. So hopefully that makes sense to some degree. Judy says, just tuned in. It's 2:22 p.m. All right. Let's get you a card, Judy. Hope that helps. Let me know if that makes any sense to you. I'm going to take these. Sometimes I don't know. I just say what I feel and get. Doesn't always make sense. But and if it doesn't make sense, then keep it with you. It might make sense to you in the near future. Card for Judy. Because sometimes we do get messages for something that is yet to happen. Sacred inner space. Judy. There you go. Sacred inner space. It says sacral chakra, tenderness, and sensuality. For some reason, in this kind of bright light, I mean, it's not really a character that's there. It's more like a flower. But for some reason, I keep seeing a floating man or woman kind of sitting with their legs crossed. It's almost like they're meditating. There's something about meditation. I almost feel like you don't meditate enough. It's there's two things that are coming through. One, it's about you need to meditate more. And two, you need to be happier with yourself, with your body, your physical body. It's almost like from time to time you seem to reject your beauty, your divine body, or whatever it is. It just feels like you're rejecting yourself on a physical level way too many times, which kind of has an influence on relationships, which has an influence on maybe your, how you feel about your sexuality or your intimacy. I don't know. Whatever it is, you need to meditate, not to make connections to other realms, but to make a connection with you and your body, to really start to love your body, to start to value it, appreciate it, to really make a connection, because it's almost like you and your body are very much disconnected, which causes one, physical problems, but two, it also causes kind of an imbalance in between relationships, intimate relationships, maybe. It just feels like something is off, and it's because of how you see yourself, how you feel about yourself, what you see when you look into the mirror. There's something about you self-sabotaging certain emotional responses, sexual responses, due to the incorrect perspective upon one's body. And it's like meditate and make that deep, intimate connection with your body. Be friends with yourself. Um, Connect to this beautiful divine vessel that was created specially for you in order to be able to have this experience and really rebuild the relationship with that body, because it's almost like you don't do it justice, or you don't, I don't know, it just feels like there's something, the relationship between you and your body is not what it should be. Okay, that's what I'm getting. I hope that helps, Judy. Nine Link says, yes, I am between different realities and have several things I want to manifest. Okay, good. Well, you're going to manifest it for sure, but it's about you flipping something in your head that goes from, I don't know if that's possible, to anything's possible. Let's see me roar. I'm gonna make it. I'm gonna bring the magic into this fake reality. That's kind of what it looks like. All right, who else? Johnny Spark, aka Gianluca. If I remember correctly from the live. See, Johnny Spark stayed with me. A lot of people were there, but Johnny Spark is the one who stayed with me during the live group reading that we had last year. Let's see, which ones are we going for? We're going for these. Whoa, batonk. Hold on. I feel like we need to start over. Hold on. I wasn't ready. I remember. I don't remember everybody with it. I remember some of you. For some reason, you stuck by me. Card for Jean-Luc. Oh, wait, there it went. Ooh. That's a cool one. Back on task. This is it. Look at that. Very cool card. Back on task. Be sure you are using your time in the best possible manner. You might consider reviewing your goals, your schedule, or a project you are working on. All could use some fine tuning. It's all about focusing. It's about being very aware of where you put your energy to. It's about you want to accomplish and achieve growth, spiritual reconnection, kind of a spiritual awakening. It's almost like you see other people go through this awakening and you're kind of like, come on, when is it my turn? It just feels like you've been waiting for this aha moments to kind of arrive. And it's about understanding that if we're in a waiting frequency, we're always going to be waiting, right? It's about using your time wisely, and therefore stop waiting to become spiritual, but just be it today. It's about using your time and your focus and your energy wisely, using it responsibly. And you do that by simply declaring every morning that you are an eternal spiritual being who is remembering who his authentic self is, and therefore are experiencing every day or attracting or creating experiences every day in order to help you to remember who you are. And so when we have those ideas every morning, what you're basically validating to the universe every day, every morning is, okay, I'm ready to receive those experiences that are going to help me remember who I am in its totality, not just this character that I'm playing temporarily, but who am I, in its totality, the wholesomeness of oneself. And in doing so, in remembering that, you will also start to remember how you communicated on a different level than this human form, and you'll be able to reopen that, and you'll be able to practice that and remember um, information by tapping into the archives of the universe, because you'll remember how to do that. So it's all about remembering, but it's like because you're always waiting for something to happen, you're just going to keep waiting. You're going to might get a little bit here and there, but it's never going to get you that aha moment, those moments of revelation that you've been waiting for. And so that's the message here. Get back on the task, which means refocus, bring what you already know today into your daily practice of life. And in doing so, you will not only have an idea of what spiritual truth is, but you will become that spiritual truth. And when we become our spiritual truth, then more things will come into your memory, more things will be unlocked for you out of the unconscious self, which, I mean, all of the knowledge is inside of you already. It's just about unlocking it. And the only way to do that is by already becoming what you know today to be true, and be that on a daily basis, to already incorporate your spiritual source today. For example, so many people know and understand that we're all connected. We're all brothers and sisters. We're all one. We're all here to help each other, to provide for each other, to co create something. Yet, all these people who know that will pass by homeless people, people who are smelling from head to toe, who haven't had a bath in months, and will pass by them without giving them a second look. So if you truly are that to that level of spiritual understanding, then what you know you are and how you act in life are two different things. You see what I'm saying? Becoming your spiritual self is being able to um, act upon what you know to be true. You are a compassionate person. You are a giving person. We are all connected. Those people who are homeless and hungry and starving, they are your family. So help them. Even if it's giving them €2, or even if it's giving them a sandwich and a drink, or whatever it may be, um, be who you know you are. And that's the difference between, for example, Jesus, who understood that we're all family, we're all connected, we all have one source running through us, through our veins, through our cells, through everything. We're all part of the same father and mother, if you want to look at it that way. So he would not pass by a person who's hungry and begging for food without giving them something. Do you see what I'm trying to say? There's a difference between having spiritual knowledge and becoming that spiritual source. There's a difference. And so that's what they're going back on. Understanding things is one thing, but until you become it, you cannot and act upon that from that source of knowledge, then you cannot evolve into the spiritual enlightenment that people wish to experience in this human form. We cannot become our truest selves if our actions and our beliefs do not align, if our actions contradict what we believe to be true. Does that kind of make sense? So refocus, realign, stop waiting for something to happen, and already project, become that person today. Even if it's in small amounts, if you don't have a lot to give that person, for example, who is in need of something, then maybe give them a hug or just talk to them. Spend a few minutes of your time, even if it's 5 minutes. Ask them how they're doing. Ask them what they could use to make their daily life a little bit better. And it could be a sleeping bag. And then later on, you can always go, save up for it, or, ask for donations or whatever. It's about being the person you are, and incorporating that divinity, that spirituality in our daily lives. That's really what it's about. For example, I see so many people. There was a person at the Little today who was juggling, and he had two beautiful dogs, and he was juggling, and he was, struggling financially. And everybody walked past him, everybody, and he was trying so hard, and his juggling was really great, but nobody even looked up. They just passed. They didn't even knock. They didn't even stop to take a look. He was completely ignored. I was the only one who went and talked to him. And I found out that, he's been struggling financially, and, he's just trying to, make ends meet and things like that. And, he should give up his dogs, they told him, because his dogs, they cost dog food and it costs money. But he said, that's the only companionship I have, and felt very lonely. And, so I gave him €2. I don't have much to give, but I gave him my time. I told him what I received on a spiritual level, and I gave him €2. That's the least that I could do. And he was very, very happy. So just that little bit just changed his day. Just having somebody to talk to, and somebody to listen to his problems and things like that. So we don't have to give much, but simply our time and our energy and our love can be enough. But we do have to make the time for it. And we do. And we can't save everyone. That's true. But you see what I'm trying to say, right? That's really what the message is here. We can all, when we become what we know we are in our essence as our spiritual self, then the reality around us will change so quickly and so dramatically that you will even be amazed, on how fast that awakening occurred. But if we're always in a state where it's simply just ideas and beliefs, but our actions in our daily life do not represent those beliefs and ideas, then when those things don't align, this and this doesn't align, then we cannot manifest what we want to experience. It neutralizes each other. A positive and a negative becomes a zero, becomes a standstill, a neutral. It's like driving in neutral. You can't go forward, you can't go backwards. That's just how it is. Hope that makes sense. But that's the message here. Become who you know you are, and allow the universe to open up that remembrance so you can experience who you are as well. All righty. There you go. You go. Hi. I'm heading to Indonesia in July, as you've predicted during our session last year. Oh, cool. If my spirit team has a message for me, I'd like to get a card. Okay, let's get you a card. You go. Let's get you a card. Let's get that one. Well, that's fun. May you be safe on your travels, and may it be as enlightened as possible. Indonesia. I've heard it's a beautiful country, but I've never been. Let's see. I feel this is going to be a good experience for you. Card for Yunko. Hoppa! In there it went. Attack, pain, fear, judgment, and any form of separation are merely calls for help. I feel like we need another one to clarify that one. It's almost like you tend to, it's like you're excited to go, but at the same time, you're afraid something is gonna go wrong. Joy is the ultimate creator. Okay, so these are the two that came out, right? Joy is the ultimate creator, and pain, fear, and judgment, or any form of separation, are merely calls for help. But it's almost like, it's like there's these stars here, and it just kind of goes down into this funnel, right? It's like the darkness kind of drips away into the light. That's what it looks like. So the only message that I'm getting is really go into joy mode, go into excitement mode, which you are to a degree, but at the same time, you tend to every now and then go into a little bit of a fear mode where you're kind of going through what could go wrong or things like that. They're saying just let that slide, let that slide, let it drain out. That's what it looks like. It's like this darkness, although it's got stars in it, which means, even your fears have bright sparkles in it, but it just runs out into the light. You see how it gets smaller and smaller, and it's like it's draining. That's kind of what I keep seeing in my head, like darkness going away slowly but surely, and the joy appearing. So do not fear. Eric says, do not fear. Eric is here. Um, get excited. Don't go into darkness. Don't go into fear. Simply take it one day at a time, and allow the experience to it's almost like to flow. It's not overflow, but it's almost like allow the experience to flow into your heart. It's going to show you, it's almost like this experience will show you a different aspect of yourself that you have not yet discovered or explored. So whatever the experience is for you, it's going to be one that's going to teach you more about you that you didn't know yet. It's going to be expansive for your self-knowledge and wisdom. All right? So it's good, but don't go into fear mode, okay? You tend to sometimes do that. Do not do it. All right? All right. Diana Jordan. Diana. Which one? This one. No, this one too. Okay. You're welcome. Oopa. Diana Jordan. You're welcome, Yuka. You're gonna be great. It's gonna be awesome. Oopa. Diana, this is your card. There you go. In every moment, the universe is conspiring to bring me towards right-minded thinking and the energy of love. Diana. It almost feels like you're feeling stuck, like you're feeling trapped, imprisoned, because I feel like the people that you love and that you care about are very 3D minded. They're very focused on the human condition. They're not open or not developed to the degree where you are. And therefore, although you love them to bits, in a way they can bring you down often. They make you feel drained and exhausted. And it's like in some way or form, they also depend on you to make them feel better. So it's like I just feel like a lot of male energy around you, maybe a son, um, husband, son that might, hmm, I seem to be getting two names like Steve and Cole, maybe. Either way, it just looks like I could be wrong on the names, but that's the names that are coming in. It just feels like they're going through, they kind of hold on to a lot of negativity. It almost feels like one person is kind of stuck in their routine thinking, routine behavior, um, very 3D behavior, very 3D thinking, judgment, um, opinionated about everyone and everything. Um, and they have their wonderful qualities too, but I'm just picking up on certain behaviors or certain frequencies that really don't align with your frequency. Like you want to move up in frequency, but in a way, these people that you love dearly and that love you in a way, um, in their own way, I mean, they kind of hold you down, and it's like you you want to move forward, but you can't because your love for them is strong. But it's almost like you have to. It might be. hmm, It's almost like they're saying we can have relationships with people who are on a different frequency than we are, but in order for us to not be influenced by their frequency, their lower frequency, you have to also value your own growth, your own individual journey. And it just feels like, all of the shit, I'll just say that, all of the shit that kind of comes into your journey, into your life, um, mostly comes from the negative frequencies, the lower frequencies. And then you have to kind of deal with it, you know. Um, but we can transcend the suffering. We can transcend the pain, the aching, the turmoil, the negativity by choosing to stay in our own reality. We're choosing to stay in our own vibration. And it simply is through disconnecting on an energetic level to still allow yourself to be in their proximity if that's something you still want to do. But at the same time, respecting yourself enough to not go into their negativity and to simply stay above it. So it's about a choice. Yeah, it's about having the right mind, the right way of thinking, and staying in that love energy, regardless of the ideas and the actions of the people that surround us. It's about choosing to be in a higher frequency while co-creating with people in a lower frequency, and to not needing them to validate what you know to be true, to not need their validation or their understanding to have that spiritual experience. I don't know if I'm making any sense, but that's kind of what I'm getting. It's about being your own inspirational source. It's about being your own best friend. It's about being your own cheerleader, and simply love them without judgment, and just allow whatever is going to happen or flow from that transitioning of you into a higher frequency, to just find acceptance for whatever might flow out of that, to not find any judgment towards yourself for following your own source, your own guidance, your own intuition. Because I feel like you feel guilty very fast, um, because you're kind of like it's like a black sheep, like you don't really fit into the mix, but you still love these people and you still want to be around them, but it's so hard to be around them. So the only way to transcend that is by allowing yourself to transcend that frequency and to simply find compassion and love without needing them to change and make you feel comfortable. It's about making yourself feel comfortable and then allowing everything to unfold as unfolds without judgment, but simply with acceptance of love, that all have a purpose to play and all experiences are valuable regardless of what they look like. All right. So, Diana, I hope that helps. I know it's kind of complex, but that's what I'm getting. Let that sink in. All right. Emma X. My sweet, sweet Emma. This one. My sweet, sweet Emma. Judy says, thank you, Emma. Trying to convince myself of my divinity on a daily basis. My root chakra is a mess. Yeah, because you're not grounded in your own body. That's right. It's a mess. Yeah, I love that body. Mine has curves and stretch marks and all kinds of shit. I've learned to accept it. This is the vehicle I chose, and I chose it for a reason, even if I would have liked an upgrade. It is what it is. I got a big butt, big legs. I can kill a man with my legs. That's what Gerald always says. No, seriously, I do have very strong legs, but they're not the most attractive ones, I would say. But that's okay, because they're meant to carry me from point A to point B in this reality, and they are doing just that. I've learned to accept who I am and what I look like. Celebration and wait for winter. This is for Emma X. Celebration. Get ready to let your hair down and celebrate. It's time to go out to dance and play. An invitation could be on the way. And then wait for winter. During the colder months, the fairy queen of winter will help you manifest your most heartfelt wishes, as long as your intentions are for the highest good of all. It feels to me like a new opportunity will present itself. It's almost like one thing flows out of another thing. For some reason, I keep saying something happening in the summer, and that is going to lead to something else happening. So it almost feels like it's sort of connected. Whatever it may be, it's going to be something that's going to make you feel great. It's going to be something that's going to give you a good experience, and that's going to spark or enlighten you with new ideas, new revelations that's going to help you in the creation of your future self. Because it's almost like you've been asked or you've been guided towards really simplifying things, living in the now, don't have too many expectations. And all of that energy that you've been working on, it's starting to pay off, okay? It's starting to pay off. And it's creating space in your energy field, space for new inspiration, space for new opportunities to move in and to grasp with two hands. But it's almost like whatever's going to happen in the summer is going to inspire and lead to something that's going to happen in the winter that's really going to have you feel good about your journey and feel very positive about the future. So something great and positive to look forward to, and allowing things to just lead from point A to point B to point C Take your time. You don't need to go directly from A to Z. Just go through the motions and allow the universe to take you on that adventure with all of its curves and all of its mountains and all the rivers you have to pass. But just sit back, relax, and enjoy the ride, and then you'll see that one thing leads to another. All right, there you go. All right, LG. Yes, let's get you a card. LG. All right. Shoop, shoop. Card for LG. You're welcome, Emma. I wonder too. Let me know. Let me know. Bye-bye. Ooh, we got two. I've never seen these before. That's the first one. Look at that. How pretty cool is that? That's pretty cool. This one says Soul Star Activation, fulfilling soul contracts, remembering who you are. And the other one reads Order of Melchizedek. I don't know how to pronounce that one. Embraced by light, mission uncovered, do not give up. You heard him. Do not give up. What am I getting for you? It almost feels to me like you're going through uncomfortable things or uncomfortable emotions or events or whatever it may be. It just feels like there's discomfort at the moment. But they're kind of saying this is a temporary thing. This will pass. This is something that is helping you to move into a higher frequency. So, whatever it is you're going through, the discomfort that you're going through is helping you to release old patterns, is helping you to increase the self-love. It really, everything is happening in order to help you to move into a higher frequency. So do not fight the discomfort. Do not give up on yourself or on your or on the universe or on your future, but simply know that you're being asked to cleanse and heal some last. It's almost like this residual thingy, because of you've already healed a lot. You've already dealt with a lot of things. You've done a lot of work already, they say. But it's like this is kind of the last hiccup or the last kind of discomfort that's preventing you from activating onto a higher soul level. Okay, so hang in there, stay positive, see it as growing pains, and simply allow yourself to take time to process it, to manage it, and to clear it if you can. All right, for some reason, I keep looking at this, and it's like this prickly star, right? That you can cut yourself on. It looks very sharp on all angles. It's coming out of his head. You see that? And that's what it kind of looks like to me. Like there's this last thing that keeps hurting you that is being released from your third eye, from your crown chakra. It's being released. You need to process it. You need to go through it in order for the reactivation of the soul to occur into a higher frequency. And it's the same thing with this. It's like there's like a river down here, and this is like a portal of sorts, right? And it's almost like something, see that big bright light? Something is moving up from the river, it's going up, and it's being released through the portal outwards. It's the same thing. So whatever it is you're going through, it's okay. You're cleansing, you're releasing something which will allow you to then embrace the light and to fulfill a contract which will lead to more of the awakening process to be revealed. Boo. There you go. All right, I'm going to do one more. Carrie Larimer. Okay. And then we'll do a group card. And then I'm going to say goodbye to you guys for this week. And I know that I'm working on the Patreon post, but like I said, information is moving slowly through me because my brain seems to be not really working the way they should right now. But I'm accepting and I'm releasing any kind of fear or any kind of worry. It's annoying, but we have to release. You're welcome, LG. Bye-bye. This is for Carrie Larimer. You have 2, childlike devotion. What's that one say? Gliding through currents. All right, let's see. Childlike devotion. You are a multi-talented, complex being. Embrace and love who you are. And then gliding through currents. With a different approach, you will glide through a situation with grace and ease. Going inward and bringing your understanding, perspective, or behavior into flow will help your dreams to take flight. There's something about you blocking yourself, your own creation. You need to become that colorful, creative, wonderful, positive person again. It's almost like something happened, or it's almost like a one thing after another really kind of brought you to a place of feeling desperation, feeling like there's no solution, feeling like, will I ever get happy? Will I ever have something I really like? Will anything ever happen to me? Kind of being in that state of mind, like feeling desperation in regards to your own creation, in regards to what you're experiencing on a daily basis. And they're kind of showing me that as a child, this is like a very colorful fish. And this is all about childlike energy. As a child, you were just very bright, always positive, always dreamy, creative, um, bright soul who knew that she could do anything, she could accomplish everything, anything she could dream of, that she had this great power of self-belief and self-love. But things occurred in life that really kind of made you question your own abilities to create, that made you question your own beauty, that made you question your own abilities to create and manifest your and control even your own reality. Now you feel like you're completely dependent on a system outside of yourself. You're no longer depending on yourself to find the joy, to find in other words, you're looking outwards to make you feel better while the answer is on the inside. This is where the answer is. You want to change your reality outside of you, you have to change this. You have to change how you feel about yourself, how you feel about, there's the discomfort and the problems that are arising and occurring around you. You have to change your perspective, change your focus, change your energy, and really allow yourself to simply glide through the events with an understanding that all these events that may be uncomfortable, what are they trying to teach me? What are they trying to show me about me? right? For examples, if relationships don't work out, for example, okay, maybe I'm not loving myself enough, and they're simply reflecting that back to me, because our outside experience is always a mirror towards the internal one, you know. So start to look from a different perspective. Go into a childlike energy where nothing uh where you kind of become fearless, and nothing what you do is not no longer to achieve something, but to simply feel good about what you're doing at the moment that you're doing it. Children play because it makes them feel good in the moment that they're playing. They're not playing to reach a certain end destination, or to reach a diploma that says you're now graduated for playing. They're not playing to or having fun with water, or the hose, or the water hose, playing in the water, or playing with the balloon. They're not playing to accomplish a certain end goal or an end destination. They're just playing because it makes them feel good. That's the kind of energy you got to go back to. You got to start loving yourself. You got to really um, start finding the joy within, even if we have nothing, even if we're lacking, although lack is kind of an illusion, but even if we experience the feeling of lack, um, we can have everything when we go inward. We can feel the joy, feel completion, feel abundance if we choose to feel that. We don't need the stuff to validate our abundance. We can find gratitude and love for everything that we have, and it starts from within. And then when we feel that on a daily basis, and we can express that joy for what we feel, and we can express the gratitude for what we already have and what is still to come, even if it hasn't arrived yet, then we will see the outside world mirror that same abundance and love and positivity and hope, reflect it back to us. And it can take some time, but it will eventually, our outside world does eventually become our inside, a reflection of the inside. And that's really what it's about. It's about just simply flowing with the curves, with the experiences that are being given to you, and finding the value in them. What is this event teaching me? What is this event trying to make clear to me about me? And in using that and finding the silver lining in every event, you will change the frequency, change the energy of the uncomfortable events, and slowly but surely manifest a different reality for yourself and for the people that join your journey as well. All right. Hope that helps. Emma, can I ask if you heard anything about the apparent ET sighting in America recently, where a family claimed they seen aliens in their yard? I did hear about that. Somebody sent me a video, and it was something about this big bright light, and it fell down, and the police saw it, and then people saw these long beings in their garden or something like that. Am I right? So was that a real sighting? Yes. The answer is yes. Was it a crash landing? It was. However, their vehicle, has these kind of invisible sensory things, so you can't really see the crash. That's still on. But these beings are not. They're not hostile. They're not here to hurt or harm anyone. They're actually afraid of us to a certain degree. They don't trust us at all, because they know the violence that we can use, and they know and have seen what we do to people or aliens, ETs that have crash landed. They know the experiments that were done on them, so they actually fear us more than we fear them, if you want to look at it that way. However, they've already been picked up, so they are already back with their own people. So this is It's basically just an accident, but because people are starting to accept that there are ETs out there, because society is starting to allow that to be common knowledge, um, it's just simply a validation of their presence. That's basically what it is. Nothing more, actually. Thank you, Emma. It's scary. That makes a lot of sense. I feel like my inner child is hidden away due to lots of different circumstances. Yeah, do not let your circumstances determine who you are. They're just experiences and they're just here to help you grow as a soul. They're not who you are and they do not define you. Um, who you choose to be, that is what defines you. So, and usually our inner child or childlike essence is who we were or who we are in essence, because that is before we're being manipulated and brainwashed. We usually, a lot of us have abilities, a lot of us are very open, a lot of us are very far, are more advanced than our parents are at that moment, but then we're being shaped and our abilities and our essence is being redefined by our parents, by school, by our society, and so on and so forth. So go back to before, and it just feels like there's so much creativity and bubbliness. And I feel like you have a great sense of humor and you love laughter and you love silliness. Go back to the silliness. Don't take life so bloody seriously. It's just an experience and it's temporary. This is the dream state. Look at it from that angle. This is a dream, so I can do whatever I want as long as I believe that I can. If you're holding on to fear, if you're holding on to any kind of resistant energy, then we ourselves are blocking and creating more suffering. So become free as you were as a child, free of fear, free of suffering, and then see how the reality changes around you. All right. So group card, group card. Which one are we taking? This one. There you go. You're welcome, Emma. So yeah, did they really fall down? Yep, they did. Did those people really see these ETs? Yep, they did. But I think they were so kind of startled that and there are images, but I feel that the authorities have taken those images, or they're not allowed to say anything or show anything of these images. They have been threatened by certain people, men in black. They really are there. The men in black really do exist. And they're trying to cover up until they say it's okay to release certain energy. Oh my God. Okay. What did we get? This is the card for the group. There's nothing sexier than my authentic truth. There you go. I mean, what else can we add to that? Y'all sexy beings. That's what it is. Just be your authentic self and live your authentic truth. Because, again, knowing something and being something are two different things. Don't just know your authentic truth, but also incorporate it into your daily life. I feel once we can all do that, every single one of us, if everybody could live their true self and be their true self, even if what our human minds desire that has not yet come into fruition, we can already become and be the person we know we are in our essence. And then the rest will simply flow and manifest itself from that authenticity, from that frequency of truth and love and divine beingness. Then the world will create itself around you in that image. All right. And that's how we change collectively and individually the world that we are experiencing today. So there you go. I hope that helps all of you guys. And hope that you guys had fun with me today. I know I had fun with you guys. Um, and just be patient. My post is coming. Just know that, things are a little bit more difficult than they have been, but I'm honoring myself. I am honoring what I feel my spirit and my body is asking of me, which is to take it slow, to take it one day at a time, to not get frustrated with myself, and to just see where it all leads up to. I'm just surrendering, and I'm throwing in the towel and saying, okay, we'll see what happens. That's where I'm at right now. And that's okay. We can be in that frequency of surrendering and honor that we sometimes need to take it more slowly than other times. And if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. To simply live in that frequency at this time. All right. I love you guys all very, very much. Please love yourself, honor yourself, value yourself. You're all beautiful beings. You're all capable of being your most authentic self. And just know that you are the change in your reality. And that's how it always will be. All right. Love you. Big kiss. Mwah, mm, mm. Bye bye, guys.